Yeah, check, yeah, check it. I'm up early in the morning, yawning. Put Opie, Anthony, yeah, Jimmy, Trini, pointing. Opie like brother man, Ant wants to join the clan. Jimmy on the other hand, he working the other hand.
Turn my headphones up. There are horrible people to say in this old objectionable human beings, and I want you to know unacceptable to my scene, but I'll give it a go. 50 Cent, Larry King, Opie, and Anthony show.
Go. I know you feeling the flow. While Opie's mother hucking, Jim's trying to get blown. Then we come to play around and we still in the show. I know you never heard nothing like this before.
How important is your board? Bored you'll never be, and don't worry about getting shot when you're with Anthony. Oh yeah, on the edge of your chair. Cause you really want to hear Opie, Anthony, and Jimmy. Just keep it right here.
This is the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, check it. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Yeah.
It's the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, now Mike Tyson up in this bitch. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Booga, booga.
Enough of this palaver. Let's get this show on the road.
Fucking love it.
Absolutely what's happening.
Yes, indeed.
Let's bring that to the show immediately.
Oh, I have it here somewhere.
I thought we talked about it on our show, but maybe it was...
It was Red Eye last night. I was what a brilliant appearance I had on Red Eye.
See, I heard just the opposite.
Oh, Jesus. What, when you were on?
No.
Oh.
When I walked out, O'Reilly, Hannity, and Rupert Murdoch were all outside the Red Eye thing, and they went, applause.
Wow. Yeah, so we were talking about the woman coach. I guess she was a, volleyball or some shit?
I think volleyball high school coach, I believe.
Yeah. And she posted a picture on her Facebook site.
Right.
For one day. She had it up for one day, like, months ago.
Why only
one
day? Because she knew it might be a problem?
She might have even known, like, maybe I shouldn't have this on, or a friend probably told her.
Lorraine Cook, right?
Oh, Cook. Yes.
Lorraine Cook. She was on vacation with her boyfriend.
She's pretty fucking hot there, too, by the way.
Or is it a husband?
Fiance.
Okay, so they're going to get married.
Yeah.
They're in some tropical land.
Right. And he's got his hand on her tit. That's all, a friendly little thing. It's not like he's got his cock between her tits or anything.
What a weird picture to take on vacation, though.
Kind of funny, It's one of those just goofy,
right.
They're a fun little couple
they're both smiling toward the camera, like, innocently. And then, the goof is he's got his hand on her tit.
And apparently they're being photobombed right in between the two of them.
You got a photobomb.
So I guess she had this up on her Facebook site and for one day, months ago. And then out of nowhere, somebody sends the picture off to her employer, the school that she's coaching at.
Right.
And they fire her.
Right.
We're living in a time now where we put up our personal pictures. And this isn't even that bad. It's a fun, goofy picture.
It's a silly moment.
Right. But years ago, that would have been in a stack of photos in an envelope or in a photo album if it made it that far. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever. To show your friends and family or to just sit there for years on end with no one looking at it. But now we're able to post these pictures. Our private lives go out there in the way of these photos. And we're putting it out to a public that wants nothing more than to find a way to fuck over somebody for no apparent reason. No personal, you don't even know these people. But to just fuck someone over as this little power base that you could have. So it's a double-edged sword in that you're putting your own pictures out there.
Right.
So you can almost find a way to rationalize it that you can blame her for saying, well, you put the picture out there.
She should sue because it has nothing.
She probably
has
will.
nothing to do with her job.
None. So yeah,
she's on vacation, and
that's it.
And it's not a nude photo or any of that. Obviously, it's just kind of a goof.
I was saying that too. It's like, how can you then look at this picture and what she's doing in this picture, and then tie it to it being detrimental
to her
job or the children that she's teaching. Just something. Like if she was smoking crack or something, and we'll get into that later, I guess. Wow, that
Rob
fantastic.
Ford rules.
Oh, he's great.
God, I hope he doesn't step down.
But she's not doing anything there that's detrimental.
Yeah, I get it. We all get it.
Yeah.
The problem is, social networking could be a a really cool thing. But what you learn, and I think we've all learned, meaning everyone in this room and everyone listening to our voices, that there's a lot of shitty people out there.
Just scumbags looking to fuck people over.
We've been in the public eye a long, long time, and I never realized how many shitty people there actually are in the world. And at every turn, like you said, they're willing to, try to fuck you over.
Just try to fuck you
over.
over.
For real innocent shit, too.
What is the desire? What does that do for people to see? Like knowing that we all do it?
Dude, it's a power. It's people that have no sense of power in their lives. They're shit on by their dumb bosses, their wives, their parents, whatever the fuck it is. They have zero power in life. So they see an opportunity where they can all of a sudden affect someone else's life. So they're like, this is great. I get to shit on someone finally. It's human nature. It's fucking human nature. This social networking thing is putting us down this road. We're right at the precipice of the whole thing, where we'll see how it really is going to affect things down the line a little more. But it's definitely having an effect on humanity.
It's going to shut down people. They're not going to be,
maybe
willing to offer up these pictures or anything like that.
But I think that's another part of human nature that you can't get away from. This want and need to be looked at and look at me.
Right. The guy supposedly is the football coach at the same school. Why didn't he get in trouble? I don't want him to get in trouble.
Maybe he didn't post it. Probably because he didn't post it.
Yeah, he didn't post it. She did.
That's my guess.
So if she gets in trouble for posting this photo.
Well, I said he's the football coach, and I was saying he was just teaching the kids how to hold the ball.
There you go.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Nice.
That's nice. That's nice sexist humor. That's what we need to pass on. Sexist humor. What if kids hear that?
I apologize.
That's great to just make a mockery of it.
Sirius XM wants to apologize for Anthony Cumia's statement.
It's a crazy world.
Yeah,
it's getting crazier every day too.
It really is. We are so walking on eggshells at this point.
Of rats out there
because there's rats at every corner now.
Rats.
There's rats everywhere, so you got to walk on eggshells. And sometimes, you don't even know you're putting yourself out there to get fucked over. Like that, she even knew. If she only had that up for a day, even she looked at that and said, I'm a teacher. This might be a problem.
That should mean something in this case.
Oh, exactly.
She probably put the picture up there, and somebody, at school or whatever, a close friend or her mom, whoever the fuck, probably said, that could be a problem. And she's thinking, really?
Yeah.
But then started thinking about it and said, oh, man, maybe it will be a problem. And I think it's really important to the case that she took it off her Facebook page.
Right.
She showed responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that amounted to nothing because she got fired anyway.
But that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We can't balance as a society, as intelligent people, between that and what is a truly inappropriate or sexually explicit photo. It's dishonest.
Right.
People like to watch each other get in trouble for the same shit they do.
Oh yeah,
and that's the sickness of it. It's like a sick thing, man.
Yeah.
We like to see you get in trouble.
Guaranteed, if you pawed through the photo mine of photos that are out there from these people that have turned other people in, you'll find shit that could get them in trouble. It's
endless, really.
It really is amazing.
And I don't know why we crave that. Why don't we give each other a break? Like, why don't we just go, hey, man, you know what? That was a little stupid, but she took it down. I've done it too.
Mind your own beeswax, I say.
Why do we have that in our psyche anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Because hate is stronger than love.
Oh, my God.
Hate is stronger than love out there.
Jesus Christ. I see Opie quotes today.
Thank you.
On Twitter.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not wrong, I mean...
Yes.
There's a lot of hate out there.
But I don't know what
we should just be hugging each other and loving each other.
But what does that do for people, though? What does it do? Like, what is it? It serves some kind of need. What need does it serve?
What it does, it makes you not want to go outside because you realize there's a lot of fucking creeps out there.
It's just fucking hating people out there. And we were discussing it last night, even in the green room before we even did the show, about people that just hate other people on Twitter. And it's amazing. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, what you look like, anything. People will just shit on other people like that. It's amazing.
It's an epidemic.
And it doesn't change. And people get mad when you say things like, well, I like that the NSA spies because it gives everybody a chance to see how fucking ugly that feels, how nosy we are.
Right.
We bring this on ourselves.
Yeah.
We bring it. There's not some big government making everything happen. This is nothing. Like, this is the mentality of the public.
I've said it in the past, as far as the 1984 thing went, back when it was 1984 and before that, when we had this image of what the future was going to be like. It was always these government cameras from these secret agencies that we didn't know where this information went, and Big Brother is watching you. I mean, all that stuff. And a few short years later, it turned out that we ourselves were that entity. We had turned in, the collective public had turned into Big Brother, and we're the ones ratting each other out and videotaping each other and posting it for everyone to see. It's one of the most amazing turn of events out of anything in society.
But that was in the book.
Was it?
Yes, where people would rat each other out.
Well, that's kind of a Nazi Germany thing.
It was in the book that people were, encouraged to rat each other out.
But it was because
I love that fucking book.
It was also because the government was watching you with their various ways to record you and cameras, so you would rat out your neighbor to protect yourself. But it's not this government entity. It's everybody else.
It's pretty damn close, though. That book is pretty damn close to what the hell's going on in our world.
But I don't think we ever thought it was going to be each other.
That we would be the fucking...
That we are the big brother.
Source of the problem.
You never thought that?
I never saw that coming.
Fuck
It was always going to be the government with their satellites and cameras up on poles and these drones that are flying over and taking pictures of you. It was never supposed to be each other with this handheld camera. Think about it. We have these little handheld video devices that we point at every little thing that happens and then put it on this collective viewing device for everyone to see people's mistakes, foibles, indiscretions.
And we judge it like we don't do the same stuff.
Yes!
It's a sickness. And that's why we are the problem. And if we were a country that didn't tolerate this shit with each other, the government wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't dare do it if they knew we wouldn't tolerate it. But they're us. People that are sitting in those fucking offices, they're not from a magic planet. They're the same guys that fucking cut you off in traffic.
Right.
They're the same people that go and buy KO Pectate because they can't stop shitting. They're us. And we fucking bring this on ourselves because we that is a symptom of how much we love to be little fucking nosy voyeurs. Nudge. Love it. Nudge. And we sit there and we watch you swing and we rub our little hands together and go, ooh, isn't that fun to watch?
Yeah, but I mean,
suck.
Right around the corner, it could be you.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes.
Some people understand that.
I was saying also, I'm so glad that we have this despicable reputation because we're able to get away with a little bit more as far as what we post and say because we're looked at like the scourge of society in many ways. So, but if you have a job as a teacher or some type of influential person, the slightest little slip up will get you in trouble.
But people also have to realize that that's the culture, and you can't even take that chance.
No,
you got to be smart.
You can't. You're right. You can't even.
You got to be smart
with the low expectations we have.
They're all looking to fuck you over, or the company's looking for an excuse to get rid of you.
Yep.
So, speaking of school, really fast in the paper, this is mind-boggling. They're not giving zeros away anymore in some of the schools in New York City.
What, like for failure? Like
failure now. Because
failure's not an option.
They feel that it's really bad to give a student a 0.
Yeah.
So the lowest grade you could get is a 55. A 55 is failing.
Wow. One foot on the brake and one on the gas. Hey.
So they did the math in the paper. So you could not show up, and you could not show up for school. You get your 55, and then all you have to do is get an 85 on like the final or the midterm. That will get you an average of 65, and you will pass.
How did I not graduate?
How amazing is that? Because they don't want to give out zeros or anything lower than a 55.
This goes hand in hand with the No Child Left Behind kind of a thing. They don't want failure. They don't want They want to look better as schools, I think. I think they want to have more people passing, even though they don't know how to read and write. But you could look at the school and go, well, look at the statistics.
Right.
Wow, under our leadership, we're passing more students now. But meanwhile, there's no substance to it. They're just as stupid as they've ever been.
It's dumb. Here it is, 55's the new 0 and crazy grade change. Go ahead, kids, goof off. It's grade inflation on a citywide scale. Emails provided to the Daily News shows it has become common practice for city high schools to abandon the traditional 0 to 100 grading scale for one that gives kids no lower than a 55 score, just 10 points below passing, even when they don't show up for class. Students can pass a class without showing up for the rest of the term as long as they score an 85 or higher in the first of 3 marking periods.
All you have to do is...
Because then that would average you out to the 65, which is a passing grade.
I think if you let Mr. Hand in during the night of the last big party and study with him for a few hours, you'll pass the class. And then you could, once you cruise the class, you don't even have to go to that side of the building.
Well, that's how you learn about Cuba. We all know.
Eating some food.
You got to eat some fucking pizza.
Yeah.
A student who gets that is unbelievable.
Hamilton, Kornfeld, Brent, get a good one.
But there are kids that just don't fucking want to do well at school. They don't give a fuck.
But now they don't have to. That's great.
Now you made it easier for them not to give a fuck.
So you'll get more morons coming out of school that will be
It's
dependent on the government and whatnot.
It's unfucking believable.
Yeah. We're gearing up. Hey, did you see what...
Oh, wait, before we move on, because it sounds like you're going to move on. We got a teacher. I want to get a teacher's perspective on what you just said. Hey, teach. Joe in New York, go ahead.
Yeah, everything you're saying is true. We're not allowed to give out zeros anymore. The lowest grade we can give out ever is a 50. And I'm in a public school in Westchester County in New York, and the only thing that saves us a little bit is we have an attendance policy where if they exceed a certain amount of absences, they can't get credit at all.
But if you're getting lower than a 50, like the old days, like when we were going to school, you just didn't you either didn't give a fuck about school or that particular school wasn't for you, and you had to move on to you had to move on to the other side of the school, if you know what I mean. Our high school had the other side of the school.
Oh boy,
where the slow ones were. And I always remember there was almost like a cutoff in the hallway, and if you stepped past that line, it got into creepy territory.
I was a habitual tardy person and absenteeism, so they put me in the special.
You went special for a while.
I was in Father Junipero Serra continuation school.
Oh, they made it sound cool.
Con school.
It sounds cool though. We called it Bosie's, I think, or something like that.
Well, that was different. I went to con school, which was kind of cool because it was like you were a con.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Even though it meant continuation, it sounded like convict. I thought it was kind of cool. I walked around like tough guy.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was me and it was me and literally Jeff Spicoli's walking around the class.
That's a dork.
It is a dork.
I personally would be all in with these changes if it matched up with how the real world works.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you're fucking everybody coming up. Because they're not going to be coddled when they go for their first job.
No, it's not this smooth transition between school and real life anymore. It's this cliff that they push them out now, and it doesn't resemble one iota what they went through in school. So now you're just kind of fucked.
They expect a huge promotion, a huge raise day one. They don't understand. They don't understand why they're not getting that.
Yeah.
They don't understand why other people are passing them by in the workplace because they haven't been trained for that shit.
Yep.
They haven't been trained as far as competition goes, and how and dealing with failure and rejection. Kids today, they seem to not understand that.
Because parents are so insecure. You're taught they want their kids to be perfect. They're taught that everything they do is good, and that was great, and hey, there's no wrong answer. There are wrong answers. There are wrong answers sometimes. It's okay if you stink at certain things. Find what you're good at.
And I'm so glad I'm in the schooling system now. So I got I got a take on all this. I didn't have to go, thank God. It was one of those things we decided I could stay home. But it was like a dinner at the school with other parents. The kids weren't there just to socialize and stuff. And it was asked of my kid How many languages does he know already?
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
My kid's 3.5 almost.
Isn't it pretty much the one that he hears on a daily basis?
Gaga goo goo.
Gaga goo goo talk. Oh, Jesus.
And my wife joked that he doesn't know any languages officially.
Right.
He's fucking up the one he's...
He can barely...
And they all just stared at her like, oh, my God. Aren't you taking this serious?
I'm so sorry.
Right. And then, like, there was a discussion, and a few of the kids in the classroom know 2 or 3 languages already.
That's insane.
I don't want my kid to be like that. I want my kid to be a kid and find a balance between the two.
Aren't they parents who speak different languages at home, though? That's common,
probably
right? Like
why.
Spanish, or you're from...
Or they dump them off on a fucking nanny long enough where they start picking up the native language of the nanny.
Like Adewale yesterday, he's one of those guys raised in one area, his parents from another.
Right.
He's going to speak a couple languages.
He's a sharp cookie, that guy.
He's a really smart guy, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Let me say hi to Erin. Hot teacher checking in.
Hey, guys,
Got it bad, got it bad, got it bad.
Hold on, my dick's hard from the sexy call.
What happened?
Hold on.
Hold on, go ahead, Aaron.
I got to defend myself here.
slower,
Hold on.
Oh,
Anyone? Hold on.
Opie likes a guy. Hello.
What a queer bait.
Yeah.
Ew.
Sal's on the phones, right?
Oh,
Sal,
That price at Aaron.
have you ever seen a guy's name spelled E-R-I-N?
No, I don't know what the male version of that would be.
A-R-O-N.
That spells Aaron.
yes.
I'll change it for you, Op. Don't worry.
Oh,
By the way, my little rant a few minutes ago, I was thinking about you the entire time. The entire
I knew
time.
that, but you didn't have to say it.
Oh, I wanted to make it hurt a little more just in case he was wondering.
Yeah.
Because he can't spell Aaron.
He doesn't even know how to spell Aaron.
no.
Or Aaron. Actually, it is Aaron.
So you get a 55 today.
Oh, because you can't give him a 0.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'd have to change all my insults. Like, oh, God, do I feel like a 55? That sucks. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
No.
You know? If I fuck a girl now, I have to tell her, you have 55 chance of me marrying you if I knock you up.
Aaron, not Aaron. What's up? You're a teacher in Broome County.
Yeah, I'm a high school teacher, and actually, the way that our system works, they actually pass all the middle school students no matter what.
That's good.
So when they get to me, and I'm a freshman teacher, when they get to me, they think they're going to pass automatically, but they actually get stuck in freshman math until they truly pass it.
Good.
And that's such a terrible system that just, it really fails them for 3 years in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
I wish I would have went to school during times like this.
Hey, look, they do the same thing in college. I'm a teacher. I'm not even allowed to take away from a kid's grade if he is unprepared for class. Remember, if you were unprepared, that would hurt you.
Oh, boy. Yep. Wow.
It's true about the schools. In 1988, math teacher said you passed the Regents, you passed the class. But now we got a guy that has to explain the 0 thing. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, fellas.
Hi, Adam.
He is the new 0. I'm a teacher out in Ohio, and they specifically told us this was geared towards high school students who didn't show up, and they didn't want to discourage them from giving up. And so 50 meant that they could still possibly pass the class if they showed up the rest of the quarters.
But you see, the problem with that is that they're saying, like, if you don't, we're trying to encourage you to pass, which is really good. But, like, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. What if you're beyond the point of no return with being absent? You can't possibly pass.
And that's up to the fucking parents again to get their kid in line.
That's what happened to
This
me.
all comes down to parenting in the end. Christ.
Yeah, well, somehow it became our responsibility to make sure these kids get their butts in class.
Right.
And, even the ones, I'll tell you, I had a kid a couple years ago who didn't show up. Basically never showed up 3 out of the 4 quarters of school. Ended up taking the class, quote unquote, online, and managed to learn a year's worth of stuff in about 6 weeks.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, man.
God bless him.
All right, well.
All right, I'm punching out.
I wish I had that option.
Well, can we continue talking about school, but let's make it really hot here?
Oh, come on. What?
Cheerleading coach busted for
Aaron's
having
back on?
Yeah. My cock's still hard. I don't know how you talking with a rod over there. Hot and sexy phone call.
cheerleading coach busted for having sex with student during school hours.
Whoa.
Yes.
What happened here?
A Pennsylvania cheerleading coach has allegedly been busted for having sex with a student.
What's she look like?
She's right.
All right, man.
She's at a Phillies game.
She certainly is.
Got a little Phillies T-shirt on, and I
Yeah.
guess the person that is kind of blocked out there must be the student.
Oh.
The student's taller than her. So
That looks like a big student, right?
yeah, if the student's taller than the teacher, then I think it's okay.
That's okay. It should all be based on height.
That means you got a lot of hair on your balls.
How great would it be if that was the argument? Your Honor, look at how tall my client is.
All right, dismissed.
Let's see. Nicole Kurwowski, 27, is accused of having sex with the unnamed 17-year-old several times during school hours. God damn, is that hot?
During school hours.
Can you imagine?
That's pretty good.
An investigation began after school officials got a tip the two were sexually involved. See, another rat.
Another rat.
Another rat.
Can't people keep their fucking yaps shut?
Cops say two spoke on the phone daily and exchanged explicit text messages. They were careful not to get caught meeting for some trysts in an inconspicuous area near a nursing home. Kowalski was charged with institutional sexual assault and has been released on $25,000.
Institutional sexual assault.
What is that? Look that up.
I guess that's...
Is that in the hiney hole?
Is
that sex in the hiney hole?
Hiney hole. Little butt play.
Right. She worked at the school for 2 years and taught physical ed. Wow. My physical ed teacher didn't look like that.
No.
In addition to serving as cheerleading coach. So... Northwest of Philly is where this went down.
Damn, that is a good story right there.
Teachers got to understand that you just can't fuck the students. I understand the temptation.
Doesn't that sound like something you shouldn't even have to say?
Yeah, like...
Don't fuck the students.
Right,
That's why I don't do that for a living.
Right.
If you were allowed to fuck high school girls, and that was part of the job, I probably would have done much better in high school.
Right.
So I could stick around and get my dick wet.
Exactly.
There's our school break.
Yeah.
Running the gamut there.
Pretty darn good so far.
There was always those fucking questionable janitors around the school that was they were a little too friendly with the students. They'd be pushing that garbage pail around with the broom, but they'd stop in the back hall and talk to some of the students that were a little more, rebellious.
Well, they were probably the drug dealers.
Yeah, maybe the drug dealers or
Probably
trying
had a little pot on them.
Trying to get in there with some of the students. And there's always the cool teacher, the cool teacher, a little younger than the rest of the staff.
But what's that about? I used to like the cool teachers, but in the end, what's that about?
I think it's...
what's that about, you think?
Trying to get in there.
I think there might be a little of that going on.
If there's no real age difference between the students and the teacher, there's going to be these attractions and fucking feelings and things that go on. It's very hard to hold that shit back just because you're a teacher. There's not this ethics thing that comes into play like a lawyer or a doctor.
We had a teacher who got in trouble for trying to spike the drink of another teacher.
Whoa!
I don't know, he was drugging he was a guy that had been rumored to be weird, and he at some function, this is before all these cameras, someone observed him sprinkling something into the drink of another teacher. So the person who saw it just went over and knocked the drink over like it was an accident.
Wow.
And then I think they reported him and they saw him doing it again and he got arrested. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, we had a student try to put speed in old Dick Shanley's fucking coffee, the shop teacher. Old Dick Shanley.
Why did he want to do that?
He did it, and Dick Shanley drank the fucking coffee and had to leave. He had to go to the doctor because his heart was racing.
Jesus.
Put a little fucking, opened up a Black Beauty or some shit and sprinkled it in there. He drank it, and then that kid just kind of got in trouble. He got suspended. Now he'd go to fucking jail.
How'd they know what he put in? How'd they know it was him, first of all?
Oh, he told everybody.
Oh, that'd be it.
Went around the school.
Yeah,
and
if you
was
do
like,
that, you gotta brag
fucking
about it.
spiked Dick Shanley's fucking coffee.
There was a time you could brag about your shit without the rats getting involved.
Yeah. He was the kid that if you brought in an M80 and you were too much of a pussy to flush it down the toilet yourself, you gave it to this kid and he would do it.
Okay.
He was like the kid that he was too small for his age. He looked like he belonged in junior high and high school and shit like that. So he was always trying to prove himself. Right. So you could just get him to do fucking anything. Here, blow this up or fucking start this on fire. And he'd be like, okay. Little maniac.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But no one ever got in trouble to that point. The worst thing I ever saw happen in school was one of the students was kind of really fucking drunk and had to be taken out in a wheelchair through the lobby and everything, and there were cops there escorting him out and medical staff, and he was just like leaning over with a bucket on the side of the wheelchair because he was puking, and they just kind of wheeled him out, and we all looked like, oh fuck, look, he's all fucked up.
The only thing my high school had was black chicks passing out during class.
What?
That's the only thing I remember.
Black chicks passing out?
Black chicks would get lightheaded and pass out.
And in Harborfields, that meant 2 people.
we had a few.
Why were they in the same class as you?
Oh, man, I can't agree with you
Exactly.
more.
That's where this country fell apart.
Probably guilt from drinking from the wrong water fountain.
That's right. They knew they'd stolen water from the white man.
You think they might have been pregnant?
Oh, you guys did have that part over the tracks,
dude.
Where it was a little.
We had our blacks.
Yeah, we had a couple in Elwood, but
we didn't have our blacks in junior high school. I was pretty amazed when I went to. Well, we had a couple in junior high. That's when I started being amazed by black people.
Yeah,
we were pretty isolated.
amazed.
We were isolated in Centerport, and then by high school, holy shit. Yeah, we had the blacks. Those side streets in Greenlawn.
Man, we were as fucking amazed by black people in our school as we were with the midget and the one chick with the cripple people braces, crutches.
Right.
It's funny, I don't see you going on midgetmania.com.
Yeah, it didn't have the same effect.
No, I guess not.
You don't mind when little midgets come Halloween trick-or-treating, and then again, 50 midgets don't run in and fucking knock everything over 7-Eleven.
Exactly.
Midgets don't have giant cocks that
midget
women
flash
secretly
mob.
crave.
Yeah.
I had my meeting with Tim Sabian, and one of the things was I want the phones fixed, and they said, oh, God, we'll be right on it, and we'll have it fixed tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you were taking a phone call from Runtime Error 76.
Well, and then I do this. Watch what happens. Goodbye.
You
Phone's
X out
gone.
Runtime Error, and the phones disappear.
And then I do this,
man,
and now this time they're totally gone. So
it was all those callers.
Wait, let me ask you a question about the Tim Sabian. Did you also have to slide down your pants and have Tim make love to you from the back?
I did.
All
I
right,
did.
Good. He said it was going to be all of us.
It was good because he lubed it up, though, by licking my asshole.
Yeah, he spit in mine.
And the curtains were open in the office, so everybody was watching.
Well, you got to allow others to watch.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Steve Blatter was in there just nodding.
Yeah.
New problem. We just wiped out 12 really good phone calls.
I know.
Not that the listener's going to, be bummed about it, but
yeah. Let's be honest. Probably a couple of very good phone calls.
But all the phone now the phones are coming back.
Oh, wait, are they still there?
Yeah, this was supposed to be taken care of. Oh. I don't get as upset as I used to, so maybe
The calls are still there.
I know, but I don't. That timeout error just wipes them out, and then we have to click a few things that I don't feel like learning.
Oh man, right?
You're just laughing.
Why bother learning it? You can only get a 55.
I don't want to learn if it's supposed to just work. Yes. Why do I have to learn about the workaround? I don't want to learn workarounds. I just want everything to work.
Yeah, what are you, MacGyver?
All right, well that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.